Hey guys, welcome back. It's Mike with Things You Might Like, and today we are jumping back into the gaming category with another tips and tricks with PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. And what I wanted to talk about today was a program called PUBGSUMO. Now before we get into this, I wanted to tell everyone that this is not bannable. It is absolutely not bannable. They have spoken with the developers at Bluehole and they have received confirmation that there is nothing in this program that can ban you. One of the streamers that I like to follow, Aculite, he's amazing. If you haven't checked him out, he actually did a video sponsored by PUBGSUMO, and he has a lot of followers, and he would not risk his reputation off of something that is considered cheating or hacking in any way. So just wanted to get that out of the way, make that clear, because I know people are just going to jump on the bandwagon and say that this is cheating or what have you. So with that done, let's jump right into what it is. To get started, head on over to PUBGSUMO.gg, and I'll have all of the links for everything that I did in the video description below. So go ahead and hop over there, and you're going to log in and connect with your Steam account. And once you do that, you will have the option to then download the sensor application, and that's what's going to run in the background on your computer. So once you have that downloaded and running, you can go into the bottom right hand corner of your screen and be able to view it in your running applications by clicking the little arrow. And you should see the GG icon, and that's going to be your sensor application. If you right click it, you'll see the tracking enabled and the auto start enabled option. That will automatically start it once Windows start. The open web app will open up a browser directly to the link so that it goes right to the application itself. And this one you'll probably use quite a bit. And then the sensor ID is the other one you'll use a lot. That is if you have to reestablish connection, and it occasionally happens. Remember that this is in beta, and so you may need to do that. And once it connects, it'll automatically detect the PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds window, and you should see this screen right here when you're in the waiting menu. So if you've gotten to this part, then you should be good to go. Now if you're having issues, they do have a troubleshooting guide right up here in the right corner that can help you with some things. One problem I had was my antivirus was blocking it, and the way that I was able to get around that was by enabling all the applications. I was still having issues, and I had a third identity tracker that was blocking this application. So I had to make sure in all of the different protection operations in my antivirus, I had to enable this application so it didn't get blocked. Once I did that, it works just fine. Alright, so let's go ahead and jump into a game, and I can show you some of the features of PUBGSUMO and why I think it's really neat. Once you're waiting on the island, then the PUBGSUMO will switch to where it says game is starting soon, get ready. And that's just another indicator that it is still connected and is still making progress, and it should work once the game starts going. Alright, and the game's about to start, and I'll show you what to expect. So once we hop in the airplane and we start flying over, now you'll see that the map will show up and it says press M and zoom in and out of game. So I'm going to do that, zoom in, zoom out of the map. So essentially what it shows you is it shows you the flight path of the plane. And then all of these little dots are possible car and boat spawns if they're in the water. These red circles mean the bigger the circle, the better the loot, but the more red it is, the riskier it is. So you want to get to large green circles, and it has these paths of how to get there. So based off of the flight path, it is saying I can jump out here, grab a car that should spawn right here, it's not 100%, and then take that car to drive to one of these areas. And so the starting map is extremely useful in that sense, and it gives you an idea of where to go and the best way to get there. So I'm going to go ahead and try to go towards this last car spawn because it automatically booted me. You can see a lot of different prompts popping up saying caution, high risk, up at style bar, recommended vehicle, alternate vehicle, and recommended places to loot. Just little indicators to kind of help you understand what each item means, and it's an on-screen legend. So I have a Dacia that I'm going to try to get down to, and I think I'm going to take that down to Novo. Oh, is that a Dacia? Yep, I do have a Dacia. I'm going to take that down to Novo, and hopefully that'll work out for me this game. You can see on the lower right hand side of the map, it gives you a zoomed in view of where you're at, and you can see buildings that are lootable have a bit of an orange tint to them, whereas buildings that are not lootable don't. So I'm going to go to these buildings right down here, and they have a big gas tank right next to it, and you should be able to see that that gas tank is just in a regular yellow, whereas the building next to it is in orange. So some other noteworthy items, you can see back on the map, it shows the circle that I have to go to, and of course it's on the other side of the map. And right in the middle here, that's telling me that if I don't start running in 1 minute and 30 seconds, I will not be able to reach the circle on time. And it does have an option for a car. If it detects you're in a car, it'll say you need to start driving in X amount of time. In the top right hand corner, it gives you how much time is left in this current circle. And on this map, you can move it around, you can zoom in if you'd like. We can do that here. This blue circle that is around me is telling me how far I can run in 1 minute. So that's kind of a nice little idea of if I need to get somewhere and how much time I have left. So now that my time to run has gone out, it's saying you need to drive in 4 minutes and 20 seconds directly to the circle to be able to make it. Something else I wanted to point out is on the mini map you can see that I have a car spawn right there. It's saying this is a possible car spawn spot. And so if I go ahead and drive up to that, sure enough, you can see there's a dossier right here. Now it's not 100%, but it gives you an idea of where to go if you are in search for a car. There have been times where I've just gotten unlucky and there's not a car there and I had to loot locally, but that's what happens, and this is just meant to help you to let you know where there could be a car spawn. Alright, the timer has 10 seconds left. I'm going to show you the countdown it gives for the blue circle, which I think is a really neat feature. That's one thing I always wanted to know and I wish they had in-game. Once the timer runs out, how much time do I have until the blue circle completely closes? And you can see now it is a 5-minute closure on this first circle. So I'm going to go ahead and drive through and see if I can make it on in. So this is what happens if you get caught outside of the allotted time. On the map it says too late, and you've just got to do your very best to hustle back into the circle. And I like this feature because it helps you understand when to not loot for too long. And you don't even have to be caught in the blue for this to kick in. It simply tells you, hey, if you start running right now, you do not have enough time to catch the white circle before the blue catches up to you. Alright, now that we're in, and I'm probably going to die. Oh, looks like I caught up. It needs to refresh, so I'm going to do that by zooming in and zooming out. And then the game will update. Alright, and you can see the map automatically starts focusing around the last circle, which is another feature that I really like, so I don't have to worry about all the extra stuff that's around me. Oh, but I'm getting shot. I'm dying. I'm dying. Okay, I died. So what I want to point out real quick are these spots on the map. These spots right here are going to be sniper points, and these spots right here are going to be points that are good for defending. So as you go along your game, it'll point out good places for you to check out. And lastly, the feature that I really like, I pointed out in the beginning, but it's this flight path right here. I like that it reminds you, hey, the plane flew right over here. So by remembering that, you can have an understanding of what spots might be looted and then be more strategic in your gameplay. And as I just got wasted, because I only had a grenade and I was doing this video, that's going to be it for this. My point in doing this is just to show that this is purely a helpful companion to the game. It is like having an expert over your shoulders saying, hey, you can go here, this is a good spot. Hey, there are car spawns that happen here. Hey, if you go to this car spawn, you can get to this farther location faster, and it's a good looting point, and there's probably going to be less competition. These are the kinds of things that the app is meant to help you with. It's no cheating, it's no hacking, it's purely a companion app, and I loved playing with it, and it's really helped out my gameplay. And it gets to the point where you actually don't need it as much. I already know a lot better where the car spawns are. I know what buildings are more defensible, what are good sniping points, and so that's the point of this. It's not giving you any new information, just making the information that is available to you more accessible. So guys, if you like this video, please be sure to shoot me a like. If you want to see more tips and tricks, specifically with PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, this is the game that I'm into right now, and I love sharing things that I've learned while I've played it. And if you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to the channel. This isn't the only type of content that I put out, and hopefully you can find some of that other stuff valuable as well. This is Mike with Things You Might Like, and I'll see you with my next cool thing.